Hola estudiantes! In this video, we are going to be covering noun-adjective agreement part 3. And this part is kind of covering some of our special cases when it comes to adjectives that we use to describe nouns. So we're talking about adjectives or description words that end in a consonant. And remember, a consonant is any letter that is not A, E, I, O, or U. And then the specific adjective, trabajador. So let's look at our first case here. So we are going to talk about adjectives that end in a consonant. Remember, a consonant is not a vowel, so it's any letter that is not A, E, I, O, or U. And adjectives that end in a consonant have no relation to gender. They only change based on whether the noun is singular or plural, right? So they change based on number. So let's take joven, for example. Joven means young. Now, to say one person is joven, you just say joven, right? To say more than one person is joven, you would use jóvenes, and you add an es. Now this brings us back to our plural rules, right? So when a singular word ends in a consonant, right? So any letter that isn't A, E, I, or U, we add an es to the end, and we do that with adjectives too. So joven turns into jóvenes if we're describing something plural. So we will look at the example, el niño es joven, right? El niño is the boy, and we're going to say he is joven, he is young. Now, I could take el niño and I could make it la niña, right? And la niña es joven. So it doesn't matter if the noun is masculine or feminine. If it's el niño, it's masculine. If it's la niña, it's feminine. Doesn't matter because joven only changes based on whether the noun is singular or plural. And in this case, el niño and la niña are both singular nouns. Now let's look at another example. Los niños. So los niños, that means more than one niño. So we're describing many niños. Los niños son jóvenes. So we want to say the boys are young, or the kids are young. So los niños, that's more than one kid. So we want to say they are jóvenes, and we add an es to joven to make the adjective plural, just like the noun. I could also say las niñas, the little girls, son jóvenes, right? Because jóvenes will not change based on gender, but it does change for number. So los niños son jóvenes, and we could also say las niñas son jóvenes. All right. Now let's get into our special case, which is trabajador. Trabajador means hardworking. This is one of those special cases. It's just one that you have to put into your brain because there's really no rule. Trabajador breaks all the rules here. So if we're talking about a singular noun, right? If it's masculine, it's just trabajador. If we have a feminine noun that's hardworking, we would say trabajadora, and we would add an A. Now, if we have more than one masculine noun that is hardworking, we say trabajadores. And if we have one or more than one feminine noun that is hardworking, we would use trabajadoras to describe that. This is kind of a pain, right? Because trabajador then changes for gender and number. Let's look at some examples to see how this works. How about el estudiante, right? The student. El shows that it's masculine and singular. So el estudiante es trabajador. Let's look at another example. La persona. So la persona means the person. But in this case, la persona, la shows that it is feminine and singular. So I would say la persona es trabajadora with an A on the end because la is feminine. All right, now let's get into our plurals. Remember, plural is more than one. So los maestros, the teachers. Los shows that this is a masculine noun and plural. So los maestros son trabajadores. We add an es to the end to make this plural, right? Because los maestros is plural and masculine. Then we have las chicas, the girls, son trabajadoras, hardworking. So las chicas, well, las is plural and feminine. So we take trabajador, we make it feminine, trabajadora, and then we make it plural, trabajadoras. There you go. This is one that you're just going to want to put into your notes because it is kind of wacky, but it will be one that you encounter a lot. So make sure that you commit it to memory. This is kind of one of the only weird cases, so you don't have to worry too much about this being a common theme. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video, but that is all for noun adjective agreement. You made it to the end. Adios.